Hey guys, what's up, this is Scher talking. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be giving my opinion if it's worth summoning or not on the newest banners. Also, I'll be explaining which characters are better than others and if they replace some of your holster. Well, we have two new banners. This one is the IRPO banner, or Mersathim Festival Fuse, as they are calling here. It has SS Cotton, SS Fuse, and SS Dolls. And something that you need to understand is that because we only have 3 SSs in this banner, we have a 40% chances of getting an off banner. That's not a good thing. Why? Because we have a way better banner that is the first one we got, call it Mersathim Festival Emelia, or Gradius banner, because it's related to SaGa Frontier. And we have 5 different SS styles this banner, and as you can see, because we have 5, there is no off banner. There is only those 5 SSs, and they are pretty good. Actually, this is probably the best banner we ever received in the game. Not just because of not having off banners, but because of the characters themselves. Rufus is on the top. He's like one of the best characters in the game right now. A very powerful nuke attack, opener, also can be used for farming because of submachine gun. He's a good leader for Dex-based squads. We also have Liza, that is a strong opener and nuker for boss fights as well. And then we have Emelia, that is extremely useful. She has options for AoE, for boss fights. Then there's any dodge tank that still has some use because she's Lash, and even better for those that miss it, Acylus, the Prefector Acylus. And then there is Rain, a tank that is not as good as Julian, but at least brings debuff. And debuff, it's interesting since we can fill many roles with just one character. And this is still the best banner. The best banner. If you have Rufus, Liza, and Emelia, you are set, like I said before. So with these 3 characters, you really don't need to pull for this banner. I mean, if you like the characters, it's okay. Fuse has a little of a problem. This guy here has a supportive skill that just buffs and heals. Heals for a very large amount. And the good thing is that it's chaos with guns. So the better the gun, the better the healing. But he uses 1 LP in order to do that. The good thing is that he also buffs his dexterity by 25%. This is just to, well, not use a healer in himself, and then he can just use this. It's 3 BP, it's okay. But there's a problem with Fuse. He has an attack that is just through RNG. This attack here is not so strong, it's only B power, and he has a 50% chance of attacking once, or 50% chance of attacking twice. So a coin toss for double the damage. See? 2 times we attacked and only 1 hit. Yes. 3 times and only 1 hit. Let's keep trying to see 2 hits. Yeah, you see, RNG can be very bad. And the problem with Fuse is his cycling. If he starts the fight and if he attacks on turn 1, he would just attack with this attack always. And it's not a good attack. Finally, 2 hits. And Fuse has stupid high agility. He has like 90 something, and that is way too high. If you don't have a fast attacker on turn 1, he would just attack on turn 1 and break the cycle. We want him to use the 3rd skill, called R support. This attack here is interesting because it's S power, it's higher than building. We use building on turn 2. Yeah, it's higher. Building is only slash, he is only blunt. Building is not as fast as Fuse, Fuse is faster. And this also gives morale up for 2 turns. We will not use his morale up because we want him to kill. We don't want him to just attack. Unless we are on a special stage where the enemies have insanely high HP or you are on a boss fight, we usually want Fuse to kill. And buffs do not carry on the next wave. That's important. Do not carry. And Fuse has some interesting paths as well, like recovering HP and BP by chances. They are very high. It's like 40% chances. Also fired up 5, that means 20% increase in damage, and a buff to blunt damage for 3 turns on the start of a round. Round wave is the same thing, and that is incredible because usually buffs in SaGa UniverSe were not good. We had chances to trigger only for 1 turn. This is a good buff, and will help using him on, well, farming stages. But he does not have a reliable skill. If you get his older version that has submachine gun, it's better, because submachine gun may be even more interesting in some situations, and you can still get Fuse on this banner here. This banner offers more for those that don't have the characters here. Submachine Gun will be pretty strong on the newest version of Fuse, while Proton Rocket will not. Proton Rocket has a chance to insta-kill, but the newest Fuse has no much intelligence, so he will probably fail most of the time. Well, Cotton is, I believe, my favorite character from this banner, because Cotton is extremely different. He is a type of tank that self-heals. With pretty hit, it's a very cheap attack, only 1 BP, but it heals for 100, it's not much. But then he has Swallow. Swallow heals for like 450, it's pretty strong. And he can cycle, this can get to 5 BP, the first one can get to 1 BP, so you can use one after another, or you can opt to use the nuke. This Stomp Plus is very powerful, it's not as powerful as Liza second skill, but it's pretty strong nonetheless, it's only 9 BPs. So you can use this once every 3 turns, and his passives are not that bad, like he has a chance to counter in taunt every time that he gets attacked. Pretty Hit already has a taunt stance, so every time that he uses this first skill, he draws more attacks. He wants to be attacked so that he can self-heal all the time, but he needs help of someone that gives guard up or just increases the status, just like Nawal's daughter. He also gives offensive and defensive buff every new turn, so you have 2 active offensives and defensive buffs after turn 2. It's 10% damage decrease and 15% damage increase, so you have 2 characters with damage increase and 2 characters with damage decrease. Interesting thing, he also brings Overtension that can get 15% increase in damage, 30% increase in combos, and 45% increase in overdrive. Very good combination. Lastly, we have Doll. She has a chance to insta-kill with the first skill. It's a good chance, she has a very high intelligence, like the same as Ray. She has the same chances of insta-killing like Ray. Then she has Power Grab, this is an attack that self-heals, debuffs, and deals dark damage. It's incredibly useful, and it has only 5 BP cost, one of the best STR debuffs in this game because she has insanely high intelligence. She will never fail. Battle of Bucket Heal and Butcher will always fail if the enemy has very high will. You have to bring them to formations where they increase intelligence, but Doll do not need this. She can just use this even on a Dax formation if you want, but you'll probably be using in an intelligence formation since Power Grab is a spell. She needs a Dark Gun. And Dark Bullet is a very interesting attack. It's a double S attack with only 8 BP cost when you awaken, and it increases her dexterity and intelligence by 40%. If you didn't have insanely high intelligence already, she gets even more, meaning that she will never fail an SCR debuff. You can also save Dark Bullet for the 4th turn, so that will allow you to use it 3 times in a row, and even on overdrive. That allows her to be extremely strong. Doll has also a very interesting kit. She wants to evade enemy attacks and self-heal all the time. Why evade? She has a 50% chance to evade any attack, so she can even be used as a dodge tank. But this only works if all allies are still alive. You will need someone like Mirza or maybe Nawal's daughter, or even in the future someone like the Matriarch to increase her endurance, or maybe just increase other status like guard up. It will really help her survive, and you don't even need someone to heal her because she can self-heal. That's interesting. She can be used even on the point of Tiger Shark formation, but it relies on RNG. I know, her endurance is pretty low, so when using this against a physical damage dealer, it may be suicidal. But if it works, it works. She also gets more damage on full HP, it's okay because she keeps healing herself with Power Grab, and she has Overtension, up to 45% increasing damage on Overdrive. So that's why I said use Dark Bullet on Overdrive. In boss fights, you can just keep using Power Grab when you don't want damage. Doll will help you if you don't have a reliable STR debuffer. She will be on boss fights, but I don't think she will be in most farming setups. Fuse can help for farming strategies if you have another fast attackers, or if you have the other Fuse, but I don't suggest you go summon the other Fuse just because of this version. It's too costly, and I do believe that Rufus is better. He can do the job just fine. And Cotton has some tankiness, but his endurance and will are not insanely high. Playing with him, it also relies on having a debuffer or a healer or someone that can grant a guard up buff. And in this banner here we have Mesarthim, Princess Ray, Emelia, and Princess White Rose. Princess Ray is pretty strong as she is right now because she has access to many types of status ailments. Emelia can be used to help the other version of Emelia because this Emelia is still pretty strong. Bright Emelia can pass Switch Ramp into the current Emelia, and she can also use the current Emelia skills better because she has more BP. She can use the second skill 2 times or the third skill 2 times in a 3-turn cycle. So it just adds more utility to the skills of the current Emelia, or you can even use this one sometimes. It's an interesting thing. I don't think Mersathim can be that useful right now. She is AoE healer, the only AoE healer in the game that can revive. She's not like Mirza. If you have Mirza, it's easier to skip Mersathim just fine. But the things are getting a little harder. I understand why people say the Mersathim is useful. It's just that I feel that she lacks another utility. People use Sophia because she can also debuff. Then she also can heal the squad when she dies. Mersathim is all about Ring of Life. But one good thing, if you farmed the free Mersathim 2 max, she can be even better in the usage of Ring of Life because she deals good damage. And Ring of Life is unique. Only this character has this even now in Japan. So if you want to have different strategies for the future, Mersathim can help. Remember, this banner only needs 18,000 gens to get a guarantee. A pity. And now, Princess Ray. Like I said, she has many different status elements. We can insta-kill, we can poison. Poison will be useful here and there with Shock Call. But the insta-kill attack is not exactly that needed. We have many other insta-killers just like Miriam, we had Death, we have Albert, and Award Claudia. If you want to have a character that also insta-kill, you can just keep with Award Claudia. It should be fine. And she can also inherit Sleep, Confusion, and Petrify from her S style. It's amazing how many things she has. But we will also get another Princess Ray in the future. Maybe even this month. We don't know if they will do this, but there's another Princess Ray that may come because she's from SaGa Frontier. Maybe they will release her. So I suggest you waiting if you want to get Princess Ray. If she's your focus, you can even wait. And the last one is Princess White Rose. She is good because she can do slash and sun damage and also slash and heat, but Sunlight's not so strong for boss fights. And has one of the best openers with a low cost. Blessed Guardian is extremely strong and also debuffs will. But I think that this version of Princess White Rose works better if you have the first one, the Valentine's version, since she can inherit Chocolate Ball. But we'll be getting a future version of Princess White Rose that will have the healing effect from the SS Valentine version. It will be a free one. The game will give, I don't know if they will give on global, but they gave in Japan. And you can inherit and use on this one to have an SS Princess White Rose if you don't have the other. But still, the most important Princess White Rose is the first one, the Valentine's. Okay guys, let me tell you something. This banner is good value if you don't have the 4 characters, because the price is cheap. You will use at most 18,000 gens, so you can have a chance of getting an AoE healer that is unique. You have a chance of getting an insta-killer that also controls many status elements. You have a chance to increase the power of your other Emelia or just use this one. This Emelia is still useful even if you don't have the newest one. And Princess White Rose is a very good AoE opener, but blue is better. If you have the first Princess White Rose, get this one. So this is my opinion, guys. The first banner may not be worth. I don't think that many people will get many value out of this. Cotton is good, but if you have Ren and Nani, they can play the tank role. Doll is an STR debuffer, but there's many other ways to debuff STR in the game. She's the best one right now, but you can use others. Then Fuse is very complicated. It may not help you too much because he's too restricted. Decide upon you. Do you have the gems? I think that if you want some of these characters, even if you like them, it's worth waiting to the next banner. I believe it may have global exclusive Emelia, and there's even a chance that they will release newest versions of all the other characters. Mesarthim, Princess Ray, and Princess White Rose. I don't know. This is only speculation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Say here in the comments if you want part of these characters, if you want them, and we see each other on the next video. Bye!